How's it going, guys? Cody here with Critical Tutor, and today we got some exciting news, and that is that Tal'dorei Campaign Setting Reborn book is going to be coming out either at the end of this year or the beginning of next year. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. So as you may or may not know, there was a Tal'dorei source book years ago, and if you weren't fortunate enough, like I somehow was, to get it when it was $45-50, now is $250 up to $400 online to get. So Critical Role has decided to redo that Tal'dorei book, expand upon it, and make it more accessible for everyone out there. This book is going to have new magical items, new subclasses, new updated stats for Vox Machina, monsters, all sorts of stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look. This book is going to update, revise, expand upon the original, nearly doubling the page count at 280 pages, adding content across the board. Every state of the world has changed. The setting of Tal'dorei has been advanced 2 decades into the future from the original source book to the time of the Mighty Nine in the second campaign. So we actually get to see how the adventures of Vox Machina and the conclusion of Campaign 1 has affected the land, which is something we didn't get in the first source book. What it's going to have in there is we have a guide to each major region of Tal'dorei with story hooks built in, much like they have for Exandria. We have expanded character options, including 9 subclasses and 5 backgrounds, magical items such as the Vestiges of Divergence, legendary artifacts. We have dozens of creatures, many have featured in Critical Role campaigns. And we have new lore, updated stat blocks for each member of Vox Machina, which I think is cool that you can, as a DM, throw these characters in there and have your players interact with them. The people who have worked on this, we have Matt Mercer, Hannah Rose, who also worked on the Explorer's Guide to Wildmount and a few other D&D books, and James Hake, I think that's how you pronounce it, who also worked on the Explorer's Guide to Wildmount. So they have a lot of knowledge pulled together about Exandria and Matt Mercer's world. In addition to that, we have a lot of the members of the cast of Critical Role are going to be working on this alongside them, and a few others. Again, we're going to have an amazing crew of artists, as you've been seeing some of the artwork for the book that we have right now on the screen. Not surprising. They always have great artists working on these. As I said at the beginning, it's going to release in late 2021 or early 2022, first at Darrington Press Guild stores and Critical Role shops, and then followed 2 weeks later by other friendly LGSs. Something I'm super excited about is it's going to get the deluxe treatment from the team at Beetle and Grimm's, which if you're not familiar with Beetle and Grimm, they do deluxe boxes with handouts, maps, little trinkets and stuff like that for adventure books such as like Curse of Strahd and other things that you can physically hand your players and make it that much more immersive. The only concern I will say I have is it doesn't seem to be a D&D source material book officially, which the only reason this concerns me is we have 9 new subclasses and 5 new backgrounds which may or may not be available on D&D Beyond, which would kind of suck. D&D Beyond has done a great job of integrating Critical Role content like the Blood Hunter into their system, but 9 new subclasses for free seems like a bit much. But hey, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they get it in there so that if you're like me and your players use D&D Beyond almost exclusively, you don't do the printout sheets anymore, it would be tough to have one player choose a subclass from this and not have access to that online. So what do you think you guys are most excited for Tal'dorei? Let me know in the comments below, and until next time, this has been Critical Tutor.